When I say the number 1.2 million, what do you think? What comes to mind? Is that a lot? Not very many? Well, when I think of this number, I think that's huge, especially when we're talking about the innocent lives of animals, because according to the ASPCA, or the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, 1.2 million is exactly how many dogs are euthanized or put to sleep each year. There are many ways that we as a society can lower this number. As an animal lover and an animal adopter, I've experienced this process of adopting a dog, and it weighs heavy on my heart. And helping support these animal shelters by donating your time, money, or adopting animals is a great way to help lower the amount of animals that are put to sleep each year. And you can also find a new best friend. So first, I'm going to discuss the overpopulation of pets. Second, I'll talk about the different types of animal shelters. And last, I'll discuss the ways that you can help lower this number yourself. So the first and easiest probably way to help lower this number is to have your dogs fixed. And a quote that every one of you have probably already heard by Bob Barker. He ends every Price is Right episode by saying, this is Bob Barker reminding you, help control the pet population. Have your animals spayed or neutered. So according to the Pet Statistics article by the ASPCA, every fertile dog gives birth to between 4 and 6 puppies each year. So the math adds up. If you get your dog fixed, that can drastically reduce the number of dogs that are without homes each year. Now that I've discussed the overpopulation of pets, I will now get into the different types of animal shelters. So there are 2 types of animal shelters that are commonly found according to All About Animals by How Stuff Works. The first type of animal shelter accepts animals until it's full. It has an open door policy, and so it does accept every animal that walks through its doors, and in order to not go over capacity, the animal shelter is forced to put some dogs down. They usually put to sleep the dogs that have been there for a long time and still not found a home, the older ones, or the ones that are sick and that aren't getting any better. So the second type of animal shelter is opposite of that, and it's a no-kill shelter. These shelters have a limited number of space, and since they don't put down the animals that live there, then they're sometimes forced to turn other ones away. So because spaying and neutering your animals is the quick fix to the overpopulation, a lot of shelters do require that they fix the dogs that come into them. And since most of them are privately funded or nonprofit, they have to seek outside help to get the funds in order to stay open, to feed the dogs, take them to the vet, get them fixed, and all of that kind of stuff. So one shelter that I researched was called Tender Loving Care Animal Shelter. They have an annual rock concert to bring funds in. According to the Chicago Tribune, the proceeds will go a long way toward footing the bills for veterinary care, food and supplies at the shelter, which currently houses 50 animals awaiting homes. So as you can see, most shelters do different types of fundraisers that work in their area or, help them, whatever their population near them likes to see. So now that I've discussed the different types of animal shelters, I'll now talk about what you can do to help lower this number and save these dogs. It's possible, even easy, for you to help save these dogs by donating your time, money, or even adopting a dog. While some people think that they don't have the time to adopt a dog, shelters need volunteers, they need funds to feed the dogs, take them to the vet, and everything. Okay, on to the biggest thing in my book is pet adoption. It's a great and very rewarding process to adopt a pet that you can tell really loves you and appreciates you. So When you adopt a pet, usually most shelters require that you fill out a simple application. It's real short. They just want to ensure that you have the time and ability to take proper care of the dog. The second thing that they require you to do is pay a small rehoming fee. It's usually around $50 to $75, and this just ensures that not anybody goes to adopt a dog. They want to be sure that you have the funds to feed the dog and get it what it needs and take it to the vet. And the third thing that is common is a follow-up visit. Some shelters don't require this, and for some it's required. It's just after you've had the dog in your home for a couple weeks, like 2 to 3 weeks, they'll usually send out a volunteer or a worker from the shelter to come and make sure that you have adequately provided the dog with food, supplies, room to play and grow and everything like that. And this just ensures that the dogs are being given to a loving home and that they're still being taken great care of. While some people may be unwilling or unable to adopt an animal, they can help save these animals' lives by donating time and money to these shelters. First, I discussed the overpopulation of pets. Second, I discussed the different types of animal shelters. And last, I discussed the ways that you can help save these animals' lives. So most of everyone has heard a quote that a dog is a man's best friend. So help save these 1.2 million lives and maybe gain your new best friend while you do it.